we, my wife and I and our kids, used to live in a tall building, apartment building. At the main level, it was a mall, like stores. And then first floor, and then second floor we lived, and above us, at the third floor, there was a family that the father was a criminal. He was in prison 3 times. One time 5 years, one time I don't know how long, and one time 21 years. His wife was always blue, not because she used makeup, but because he made her eyes blue. Okay? He had 2 daughters. Mona, she was 13, wonderful girl. And another one, I don't remember the name, she was 17, she lived from prostitution, and she was into witchcraft. Mona came to us, knocked in the door. Mr. Goia, yeah, Mona, how can I help you? Mom says if you have some oil. Yeah, Mona, take here this oil. Thank you. Left. Next day, Mr. Goia, Mom says if you have some sugar. My dad never gives her money, and she needs to cook, and she has no money, and if she doesn't cook, my dad would beat her. Take some sugar. Thank you. Next day, Mr. Goia, yeah, Mona, what do you need? I don't need anything. I just have a question for you. Okay. Why in my house it's always fight and screams, and in your house always peace and songs? I said, well, because we go to church, we pray, we study, and we have God's presence in our home. Can I borrow God's presence in my home too? That was a good one. I said, Mona, yes, you can. If you keep praying, studying the word. And I gave her the story from King Saul and David. When David would play the harp, what happened to the evil spirits? They left. I said, if you pray and study and sing, the evil spirits go away, because God and Satan don't stay together. They just don't stay together. When God comes, Satan runs. You follow me? She said, okay, teach me a song. I taught her, I remember, the very first song, Into My Heart. I said, that's an easy one. I said, that's an easy one. I said, I'm going to sing that song. Next Sabbath, knock, knock, knock. What, Mona? Can I come with you to the church? Yes, you can. Please come. Next Sabbath, can I come again? Yes, you can. And she got into the habit to come every day, learn a song, hear a story, Saturday go to church. One day, knock, 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 I opened the door. It was not Mona, it was her father, had an axe in his hand. Yes, a big one. He hit the door with the axe, and then he said to me, look into my eyes! And his eyes were shiny and lost. He was not looking to me, though he was looking to me. I've never seen anything like that before. It was shining and lost, like foggy. I will kill you and your wife and your children, and I will do it. I give you my word. I don't care if I go to prison. I like prison. If you ever talk to my daughter about God again, I hate God. I hate your God. First time when my daughter comes to you, I will kill you, and then I go to prison. And then I heard him beating Mona. Don't ever go there. I will kill you too. And then he talked to Mona's sister. Take her to the witch. And Mona came to me, Mr. Goia, should I go to the witch? I said, don't go there. Next day she comes, you know, my sister said that if I go just a little, nothing will happen. And I did go. She went to the witch. I said, Mona, don't go back there. If he kills you, it's better than to go to the witch. She did go back. She came home talking very deep. Oh, like a bass, like a smoker. And she would say, I hate God. And then I would say, Mona, why do you say that? And she would say, I didn't say that. He did. Who? He who is in me. Did you hear what I said? And she would have two voices. A deep voice. She was our neighbor. One night, to make the long story short, I heard her running, tup, 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 above our apartment. And she was screaming with a deep voice, I will kill myself. I cannot stand this life. And she would say, I don't want to die. Yes, you need to die. And she was fighting herself. And there was pressure. It was around 12 midnight. There was pressure in the apartment. My wife and I could not sleep. We felt physical pressure pushing our chest. We could not breathe. So my wife and I started to pray. And as soon as we started to pray, there was peace, and she stopped running and screaming. We prayed for about 15 minutes, and then we said, we need to go to sleep. As soon as we stopped praying, she started to scream and run again. We started to pray on and off, until 2:30 a.m. When we stopped praying, she opened the windows from the kitchen, and she jumped off the window from the 3rd story. There was concrete in front of the building. Imagine, 1st floor, stores. Stores are tall. And then 1 floor above the stores. 2nd, it was us. 3rd, her. But that was 4th floor actually. Do you follow me? Okay, so when she jumps from that height, not standing, but on her tummy, and she hits the concrete on her tummy, you would expect her to die instantaneously, to just explode. She hit the concrete, and I heard the windows and pang, and her mom, Mona! I told Dana, she killed herself. We went to the window, we opened the window, and she was laying on her tummy on the concrete. I called 911. Next second, guess what happened? She jumped up. And she started to jump and to scream. They took her to hospital. Most of her bones were broken, yet they could not keep her still. They had to tie her to the bed, and she would break the ropes. And they had to give her some shots to calm her down. I went to visit her in hospital. I will never forget. She said, I did not throw myself. He threw me through the window. I gave her Steps to Christ, a songbook for children. I went next day and she said, every time when I sing or read from this book, he goes away and leaves me alone. Her father came, took the books away, and told the doctor, if anybody else except family comes to visit her, I will kill you. So you're not allowed to visit her anymore. 2 weeks later, we moved to America. I don't know what happened next. So I ask you now, is Satan real? Why? If Satan is real, why we, God's people, live in a way that we are not aware of the invisible truth? Do you follow me? We live in a way like there is no evil, there is no good, there is no great controversy, there is no conflict happening around us. We go to work, we come from work, we eat, we sleep, we watch the news, and we are not aware that there is a war. For every second, for every word, for every thought, for everything that you see, for every action, for everything, every second, there is a war. And we are not aware. And the quotation that I'm going to give you later tonight says that Satan wants us to be ignorant of the conflict around us.